Tonight on AfterBuzz TV's SmackDown Live After Show, we have a Kevin Owens Sami Zayn update, a possible future fatal four-way, and Shinsuke Nakamura asks AJ to be by his side ringside. All that and more coming up next.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Welcome, AfterBuzzers, to our WWE universe here at AfterBuzz TV. I am your host, Gabby Loren, tonight for Christian Rosenberg, who's out. He had his surgery last week. We hope he recovers and he's doing well. He should be back next week. But to my left, my amazing OG co-hosts, we have Tom Connolly and Scott Narver. What's up, guys?
Hello. We're here.
Doing good. Congratulations to Christian. It's a baby girl. 7 pounds, 4 ounces.
Oh, Christian. Hopefully it's a quick recovery. We miss you here. Well, anyways, I thought tonight's SmackDown Live, show was pretty good. Especially leading up to WrestleMania. We have, some new developments, I think, coming along. Just to quickly go over, Daniel Bryan we had this recap about Daniel Bryan, from last week where he actually announced that he was medically cleared. And I know I wasn't here to share in the glory of that news, but yes.
Yes, you missed all the yes chants. That's all we did all week.
I know, I'm sure you guys were. I mean, that's so exciting. But, what a way to welcome him other than a beatdown, right, in the ring at the end of the show. So we got a little recap of that and the Kevin Owens Sami Zayn attack. Very interesting, and Bryan made good points then that Shane gave them opportunities. So on that end, I kind of agreed, with Daniel Bryan that Shane wasn't all that bad. He actually did give them a match at WrestleMania, which is something you should want, coming up from the indies to this. That's your career highlight. So he did have some good points there. And there was not necessarily a reason to attack the commissioner. But, hey, we're welcoming him back in the ring this way, and there's going to be some drama going down at WrestleMania 34 because of it. So I guess it's all in good, luck and fortune, right?
So you're happy that Daniel Bryan got beat down because Kevin Owens was a part of it.
Listen, I'm not necessarily happy about this. I don't think Daniel Bryan deserves it, but I will say it led to some great stuff because we're going to... Well, he fired them, yeah. But... we learned some new stuff tonight that kind of shows that there's possibilities they might not be fired for too long.
Yeah.
So that's going to be exciting, but we'll get to that after. The next thing that happens is Bobby Roode and Orton versus Jinder Mahal and Rusev. Now, Orton currently holds the U.S. Championship title. We all know this. There's going to be a triple threat match at WrestleMania 34 for that U.S. title that Orton is currently holding with Jinder Mahal and Bobby Roode. Tonight's match, I thought that Mahal was very aggressive towards Randy Orton in the ring, but rightly so. He's going after that belt. And Randy Orton tagged himself in by touching Roode's back during a run on the ropes. Now, was this a discrepancy, you guys, or do you think he did this on purpose?
Oh, definitely on purpose. He wanted to get in the match. He wanted to prove he's better than Bobby.
What about you, Scott?
Yeah, I'd say the same. Yeah, I think so.
Or he wanted to prove he's better than Bob Roode.
Oh, Bob?
Yeah. That's what Rusev calls him. You ever see this?
Right.
Bob just sounds a little bit older instead of Bobby. He aged himself 20 years right there.
Yeah.
Well, Jinder also kicked down Bobby Roode, who I don't believe was legal at the time, correct? He just entered the ring and and then got a kick and beat down by Jinder. So that was awkward. We don't know why he decided to go in the ring to attack Jinder and for Jinder to retaliate. That could have all happened outside the ring. So that was a strange moment. But that also happens when we watch at home and we don't necessarily know if there was something we missed.
Well, I think he was trying to save Orton. Because I think Jinder was going to come in to get after Orton. And then I think
he was trying to interrupt what Jinder was about to do.
Yeah.
That's kind of confusing with the camera angles, I would say, right there. Because I didn't see that part. So thank you for clarifying. Orton did an RKO though. So that was interesting on Bobby Roode. And then Rusev did a Machka kick on Orton when he wasn't paying attention for the win. So ultimately it worked against them to not work as partners. And I really feel like in this match, you know, whatever beef Orton and Bobby Roode have going on, it doesn't help when they're doing tag team work.
Yeah.
Worked against them.
Not good for them. And we were supposed to be Jinder and Sunil, right? One of them.
Sure.
Sunil.
Yeah. Sunil.
The other one's out.
Yeah. So, you know, and then I was like, and he comes out in the neck brace and the, you know, arm in the sling, and I was like, who's gonna be his? I was trying to like, who would be his partner? Be Rusev's or not Rusev, Jinder's partner, and I was, you know, pleasantly surprised, you know, wearing my shirt, that it was Rusev. So
happy Rusev Day to you.
Yeah. And I like Jinder's promo at the beginning too. I thought it was good. I liked him being like, you know, I have this young tiger, but now I have a lion as my partner. You know, I wish we would have got Aiden singing though, instead of him just coming out. But I mean, it's a 2-hour show.
That's true. We did get a little piece of him singing backstage though,
later.
like with one or two words, but you know, something there. Speaking of backstage, so Jinder and Sunil were backstage with Rusev and Aiden English, and this is where that singing comes in. Jinder was thanking Rusev for the win and working together as tag teams, so this was a working tag team tonight. Then he invites Rusev to WrestleMania 34 for the U.S. Championship winner celebration, as if, you know, Jinder's just guaranteed to win this belt. And then he says he offers Rusev a seat in the front row. I mean, does it get any more disrespectful than that?
He offered him a special guest.
That's a front row seat.
I mean,
John
listen.
Cena always says he's going to go as a fan. I don't think he has a ticket yet. No. I don't think it'd be a front row ticket, because tickets on the floor to WrestleMania are expensive.
You know, John Cena needs the ticket, but not Rusev. Rusev, rightfully so, deserves to be at WrestleMania 34
and
fighting.
front row.
No, but see, the front row has its glorious parts to it where you get the front row seat, you get the great view, you can almost touch the wrestlers, you get some of the action, and you get to go home with a chair. But I don't think that's what Rusev should be in line for, especially with everything revolving around Rusev Day. Right, Tom?
Yeah.
I mean, look at your shirt. You're repping today.
Yeah. I don't know. What do you think, Scott? Backstage.
I mean, I think it was pretty fun. Rusev was the guy who I thought would be in line to be hosting WrestleMania if they were going to have a host. And then, well, we'll get into the other tag match later on. But it seemed like Rusev was primed for a spot here at some point due to overwhelming popularity. But looks like he got it.
Well, hosting-wise, I feel like it could either be a Rusev Day hosting or a New Day again. But we shall see, because that has yet to be announced.
But do you think he'll still get that ringside seat now, or no? Is he not getting? And if you're Rusev, do you take Aiden or do you take Lana?
I do not believe that's a great question, and I think it's a very hard decision, you know, to say the least. But I don't think it's going that way. Scott, what are you feeling?
You go the Mojo route. You get a celebrity out there to help you win any match that you have.
Gotcha.
Well, I think Rusev has other plans because, as he mentioned in his backstage interview, he wants to go to Daniel Bryan to request that the triple threat match turns into a fatal four-way at WrestleMania 34. Now, spoiler alert, do you guys think this is going to happen?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Okay. Yeah.
He pinned the champion. That's it. If you haven't watched WWE, all you gotta do is pin the champion and you just get a shot. It
You
doesn't
pin the
matter.
champ, and then you go ask anyone with authority, hey, I have an idea that we add one more person in the match, and it's me.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a really good idea. All right, let's
And
do
it
that.
usually works.
Usually works.
From past experience.
There was a graphic made, so I believe it to be true.
True. I know when there's graphics made, there was thought to that, and many people probably know already.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Hint, hint.
I wasn't expecting him to be in the match though.
In the fatal four-way?
I wasn't expecting this to happen.
Oh, like this tag team tonight.
Like to lead to him actually getting in the match.
Right, and I'm glad it helps differentiate the Intercontinental match that is also a triple threat. So it's switch it up. Don't have two triple threats. Have one be a fatal four-way.
That's a really good point. I think it was very smart of WWE to choose to do it this way on SmackDown Live tonight because it's a surprise to everybody and it's a nice storyline that we weren't necessarily expecting, which is always the best, right?
And we can still have, you know, Rusev Day at Mania, and he could win the belt, which would be awesome.
Yeah.
That'd be a good way to finish off Mania for him. And then I also feel that Jinder, he was really good in the segment backstage. Like he seemed very comfortable, and I wish he would have been like this before, like just being over the top, like bragging about everything. Like he bragged before when he had the WWE Championship, but this I just felt he was very comfortable and very in the zone of like this is how this character should have been the whole time.
Well, at that point, he already had the championship title, so he could only brag about what he had. But in this case, he's bragging about what he's about to have instead. So it's kind of like this egotistical man who really believes in himself and kind of lying to himself already. He already believes he has this championship, and that's where the funny part comes in, I think. But I thought it was good. It was great, actually.
Good too, yeah.
Yeah, so another backstage segment that we see is AJ Styles in the locker room. And he is with Shinsuke Nakamura. Now, this was unexpected as well, I thought. He actually asked, Shinsuke asked AJ if he was okay. Last week you needed my help. And then, we are aware that Shinsuke has a match lined up tonight with Benjamin. And so he asks for AJ to be in his corner. And they also are going to be fighting at WrestleMania 34. So is it assumed that this is something that would happen, that he would ask him to help him out or be there for him before a big match at WrestleMania? Does this make sense?
I mean, they're buddies. At least,
they're friends.
Not
cordial.
Yes, yeah. So I it's not a surprise that he would ask him to be in his corner, especially, Gable's going to be there too. So at least have some kind of backup.
Right. Well, it seems to me that, when AJ established, I'm going to be out there in the corner, but mainly because of myself. Like, I want to have a fair match with you for WrestleMania 34. I don't want to be, wrestling someone that's injured, pretty much is what he's saying without saying it.
Yeah.
He wants a fair fight against someone he thinks is a great wrestler. So he can prove how great he is when he defeats Shinsuke. That's his mentality. So, again, another interesting backstage segment that is leading up to WrestleMania 34 and creating another storyline here between AJ and Shinsuke and kind of developing. Really showing us the backstory before they get into it live in New Orleans, which I think is going to be very, very fun.
Dream match.
Dream match, yep, for all of us. WWE Universe and them alike.
Yeah.
So, it should be good. Talking about dreams and things that make us happy, if you want to have fun, learn, and grow in all areas of your life, like these wrestlers do, we have a really great podcast for you here. Conversations with Maria Menounos. It's the podcast edition, and it is hosted by AfterBuzz TV founder Maria Menounos, obviously, and drops every Friday on iTunes. So you guys need to check it out. Conversations with Maria Menounos features celebrity and influencer interviews, along with secrets and tips on how to be better in all aspects of life, from health and wellness to career, relationships, finances, and more. Let our Maria be the big sister you've always wanted. Just go to iTunes and subscribe to Conversations with Maria Menounos. It's for free. You can't get better than that. Free 99, you guys. Be sure to rate and comment, and when you do, let Maria know that we sent you there, the panel from SmackDown Live on AfterBuzz. So just let her know so she knows that you guys heard it from us first. And Conversations with Maria Menounos, the podcast edition is what it's called on iTunes, so make sure you check it out.
Nice.
Now, running back in to SmackDown Live tonight, which was from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I don't know if I mentioned that earlier.
Yeah, it's the other side of the state. It's
not so important. No, I'm just kidding. We're not hating on all you PA people out there.
I'm from PA, and
yeah?
but Pittsburgh's the other side of the state. It's okay. We can hate on them.
All right, well, then you get a free pass. I don't know about me and Scott necessarily.
It's okay. You're good. You're with
Sorry
me,
about
so.
Well, next up, we see Becky Lynch going at it versus Ruby Riott. So it seems like every SmackDown each week, there is a fight with one of the members of Riot Squad. So lucky for them, they're getting a lot of action in on SmackDown Live. Ruby seemed like she had very confident energy going into this match. When she, from the start of walking down the runway and then even getting in the ring. But to me, it did feel like it was a little bit slow-paced. I wanted there to be more action, more high intensity movement, maybe more crisp, maybe tied together a little bit. It seemed more like there was choreography involved, and you could see it, like there was hesitations between moves, and it was more of a trading of moves. I don't know how you guys felt about this match, but
Yeah, I
that's
agree.
where I was standing.
Yeah, it's not one of their best. It's tough when there's so much. Every segment we're getting is leading to WrestleMania in some big way, and then we go, "Oh, well, it's the Battle Royal," but you know, there's still going to be more participants announced, and the Battle Royal's not truly for anything, so it just doesn't feel as big when everything else is huge.
Right.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
And it was weird that I feel that like we didn't get Naomi out there. Like when Charlotte goes against these girls, Becky and Naomi have her back, and then Becky goes out there by herself, and Naomi's like, "It's okay, you're fine."
Interesting,
My knees
right?
hurt. I don't want to slide on my knees tonight.
Yeah.
There seemed to be nobody in Becky Lynch's corner, and usually that's not the case. Usually we have somebody, you know, like you mentioned, Tom.
Yeah.
So it is a little weird. And then the Riot Squad is always there. They show up no matter what. They are for sure the Ride or Died clan.
That if you probably look at it though, they've probably been on every SmackDown since the new year.
Yeah, since they debuted,
consistently, those three girls have been on every show.
Yeah, that's
Which
probably
is,
true.
Which is kind of weird to think, like crazy to think that when you have Naomi and Becky and Natalya and Carmela and you have so many other girls there.
Right. Why do you think that is?
I think well they've been like feuding with Charlotte, and I think they just have a reason to be there. Like when there's a group of people, I think it's just easier to be like, well, there's three of them, so let's throw them out there. And if only one of them's wrestling, they're
Right.
at least there.
Well, I feel like there was a storyline where they had to keep challenging each girl, each veteran, let's say, to like establish where they stand on SmackDown Live's roster. But once they've done all that, it's like, why are they still getting, you know, a story? Why are they still in the ring every week fighting, you know, each one of these girls continuously? But, you know, you could come from the angle as these girls are new to the roster. They need that live practice on a big show. And then also they are establishing who they are as characters. And it is only getting better every week, seemingly. So I think it's well deserved that they get that opportunity to be able to practice every week and become better at it.
And they're the bad gals, and they
Yeah.
keep Carmella under wraps every so often, so we do forget about the Money in the Bank briefcase.
It's true. There's been some close cash-ins. Close, but it never winds up happening.
No.
I wonder if it's going to happen at WrestleMania.
I hope not.
I mean,
don't
that
know.
would be crazy.
I just really hope not. Or if she does cash in, she cashes in while the match is going on and becomes like a triple threat instead. So it's like, okay, you get rid of the Money in the Bank, and you could still have Asuka beat both of them. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, but what a wasted opportunity. Because I feel as though Carmella's chance at getting that belt is using her Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
So if she wastes it and doesn't get it, it's like, what happens to Carmella after that? Where is her part in the SmackDown Live broadcast? And I'm betting on Asuka. I think she's going to take it, and she will be our champion for a long time.
Yeah.
Our champion or the
SmackDown
champion on
Live.
Raw?
No,
No,
she's going to be
yeah.
on our
Well,
roster.
I-
There's no way she's going to go back to Raw.
Well, that's one thing I kind of don't get about this whole thing with okay, she's challenging Charlotte, yet why is she not on SmackDown? She was on Raw last night to have a 2-second match, but she's not on, like, why would you just not put that on SmackDown tonight? When to show her
'Cause
dominance.
she's a special guest when she arrives.
I get that, but I don't. If you're challenging for a belt now, you should move to that show.
Well,
You know?
management's all over the place. One is
guess,
medically
yeah.
cleared to
That's
dish
true.
out beatings,
Stupid
and the other
paperwork.
one's completely medically beat up.
Yeah, the management on the SmackDown side is kind of falling apart,
Yeah.
to say the least. Yeah.
Yeah.
They need to get it together. And hopefully, at WrestleMania, a lot of things come together. A lot of
Yeah.
pieces are put back together.
I mean, I do think if she wins, yeah, I mean, once she wins the belt, she's coming to SmackDown. You would think. It'd be really weird if they were like, oh, no, she's going to be on Raw too. No. Like,
What is she going to take the SmackDown title to Raw and then
I
like
don't,
hang out
I don't
there?
want to see that. And the Carmella thing, I do think if they do a shake-up again, I think we get her going to Raw with the money, with the briefcase.
Yeah.
Because then she could cash it if Nia wins or Alexa, whoever keeps the belt. If she cashed it in on Raw and one of them, I think it'd be it'd be a good shock. Even though, you know, she won on SmackDown and we're not going to get a cash in on SmackDown. Kind of sucks.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Well, you guys let us know what you think if you're watching or listening to our podcast right now. Let us know in the comments or in the chat roll, you know, what your opinion is. When will Carmela cash in? Who will be on what roster? And who will get that championship belt? A lot of questions to be answered there. But going back to this match, the very end of it, I really like this part where Becky uses Ruby to throw her into Liv on the ring apron, who then knocks down Sarah ringside. That was a really fun moment. I think it's smart, and I love when people use other people, their enemies, for example, to their advantage. So that was her using her you know, I guess enemy partner's body to take out the other two girls. You know, in her squad. So I thought that was pretty awesome. And it's being resourceful as a wrestler. You know, you got to be resourceful. Yeah. For many reasons, you know, to get what you want, including belts. But Becky did win and throws the Riot Squad out of the ring to finish it off.
Just like she can do in the Battle Royal. And then, do we want to talk about this trophy?
I mean, sure.
Sure.
Have you seen the picture of this trophy?
I have not seen the picture yet. Is it Andre in a dress?
No.
This is what was replacing the moolah.
Yeah. Have you seen the trophy? The picture of the trophy?
I have not. Or at least I don't think I have.
Is it a moolah trophy with their head cut off?
No. I mean, I'm trying to think how I want to say this.
Is it a personal, or is it just
it's a statue that if you look at it, I mean, it looks like a female reproductive organ.
Wait, what?
Yes, I swear.
I'm sorry.
I swear.
Like, what organ are we talking about?
Like, you know what I'm talking about.
Really?
Yeah, like, yeah. It looks like a...
Are you pointing to the chat roll?
Yes, the chat roll. It looks like a uterus.
It's okay, you could say it. It looks like a uterus.
It's
not a bad word.
No,
I mean, it's just part of a woman.
No,
everybody's saying it.
I'm just saying, like, if you look at the trophy, that's what it looks like. And I mean...
Wow.
A uterus trophy?
It's...
That's kind of
then they
crazy.
gotta change it up for the guys, I feel.
I know, right? Yeah.
You have to have something equally.
Maybe balls. Balls is safe.
Yeah.
Well,
that
balls,
just means you're a hard
they're not necessarily
wrestler.
safe.
Oh my God, no pun intended. Did you hear what I just said?
Weird.
Okay, just kidding.
I just think it's a weird trophy that they made for this, where I don't know.
It's supposed to be like a celebration of women. Why would they do that?
It's a celebration of women. I don't know.
Now I have to check out a picture of this trophy after the show because like my mind is boggled.
Yeah.
First it was moolah, now it's a uterus trophy. What's going on?
Maybe it's Moolah's uterus.
Oh, there we go.
Oh my goodness.
They could have had it bronzed.
They could have. No, it wasn't.
They were trying to build a Hall of Fame, but then they never had it, and then they're going to display it at Access, and they go, no, we'll just make it into a trophy.
Well, there's going to be a Hall of Famous trophy soon.
I have a feeling they're going to be changing the look of this trophy too. They're just going to be like, it's just a women's thing. That's what you call it at the end, which is just makes no sense. But
that's kind of disappointing too, because if you win and you take that thing home, where are you going to put it? That's awkward in your bathroom. Like, I don't understand.
Right?
Where are you going to put that? Very awkward. Anyways, next part of tonight's SmackDown broadcast, the audience is cheering for Daniel Bryan. Everyone's going mad. It's a big intro for Daniel Bryan. First, we get the Daniel Bryan cheers, and we got the You Still Got It cheers. You know, well deserved for that as well. And he decides to give Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens another chance. Were you guys shocked by this?
I mean, he has a good reason of why. Like, his explanation, at least, of, like, you know.
Yes, he has a good reason.
They came up together in the business. They know each other. They're kind of, I mean, he didn't really say, but kind of like a, you know, family kind of thing of, like, you know, giving them a place to stay and that kind of stuff. So
there's connections there.
Yes.
So essentially, Daniel Bryan comes out, he gets on the mic, and if you didn't watch tonight's SmackDown, what he does say is that from previously firing Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, he's going to give them another shot at WrestleMania 34 to have a battle, a fight between Sami and Kevin and Shane and Daniel. Now, we all knew this was kind of coming. We had a feeling. Definitely, we were leaning more towards it once, you know, Daniel Bryan got cleared, and now it's clearly official. And he mentions that, you know, Shane had complications from the attack. That was the other week prior. So he is in the hospital, but we also know, you know, side information that he got sick on vacation. So there's two factors happening right now. If anyone reads the news, the wrestling news. And then if Shane and Daniel win, here's the stipulations. Sami and Kevin will remain fired. However, if Kevin and Sami win their match, they will be reinstated on SmackDown Live. Now, come on, you guys. Like, if you watch wrestling and you've been doing this for years, or you're just good at storylines, you probably already figured it out. I am going to predict that clearly Kevin and Sami are winning the match because there's no reason they're going to get fired. You can't be giving them all these opportunities and just say bye after WrestleMania.
You think the medical miracle is going to come back and lose? No way.
Yeah.
Well, there's going to be more factors other than his medical issues that contribute to the win or loss of that match.
But you're talking about Shane or Daniel Bryan?
His tag team partner that is the medical disaster?
Both of them are the
I'm
medical
talking
miracles.
both are medical disasters, actually.
Yes,
this is really funny.
According to the reports, yes, Shane McMahon is suffering from a hernia and also diverticulitis.
Which is what Brock
goodness.
Lesnar had when he was in UFC.
Mm-hmm.
Which is also what Christian Rosenberg has. I'm just kidding.
He has a hernia.
He did have a hernia.
Yeah,
I don't
it's
know if
7
you can.
pounds, 4 ounces. It's a baby girl. Congratulations. Name the baby in the chat roll, please.
Hernia.
Name is
Come on, hernia.
Yeah, exactly.
All you do is add the A at the end and it becomes female.
But this was what took Brock Lesnar out of a UFC match, right?
It's not just out of a match; it was out of a career. It's an incredibly, from what I understand, I've never had it. I've been told Vince McMahon has had it before. That there are people that have had this. It's it's insane, painful intestinal disease.
I've known people that had
my
it. People I
goodness.
worked with. One of the guys I worked with had it, and like he was like laid out for like 3 weeks.
Yeah,
Because it's like it's a crazy thing where like there's a piece of your intestine, and like if you eat like a seed gets in it and then it infects it. Like,
Oh my God.
it's crazy. Like you can't like eat, like there's things people can't eat and stuff now because
Sounds
of
intense.
it.
So
Yeah.
there are times when you're able to just work through the process and you'll be okay. There's other times where you have to have surgery and have part of your intestines removed. It's bad stuff. And I believe Brock had it twice. It wasn't just the one time; he had it twice.
So now if it's like a 3-week recovery, but isn't WrestleMania in like 12 days?
Yeah.
Yep. But he's a
that's
McMahon, so who knows? Like that, if it was anybody else, I'd go, oh, he's not going to be there.
Do you think that if, let's say, Shane medically, actually in real life, cannot be a participant in this match, that he would maybe send Stephanie or someone else from the family in?
No,
what
because
if- what
she's
if
got her
Vince is
own
his
thing.
partner?
She does have her own match, but I mean, that would also totally kill the storyline.
I would have thought if you had to replace it with anybody, like who's the person on standby, that would have been great. Would have been Rusev, but then Rusev gets and now the Fatal 4-Way. So
Well-
I really don't know who storyline wise would have fit with this because it's been so consistently good, and they brought in all the players. So off the top of my head, I can't think of anybody.
Well, someone made a great point in the chat roll that Shane's already survived a helicopter crash, so maybe he'll survive this, and we hope to see him in the 12 days.
I mean, he is a McMahon, so he's gonna do what he wants to do. But I also feel that they, if Daniel Bryan couldn't get cleared for 2 years because of concussions, I think it's really wrong of WWE to be like, no, it's okay, Shane, just because you're a McMahon, you can go do this. Like, it's okay, Shane. We're not gonna be like super upset because you have this, you're really sick that you can't be there.
He's
Stuff
supposed to fall off of something at WrestleMania.
Well, now Daniel Bryan can do that, I guess. Or
And then
whoever
they
he
go
fills
back
in
to the
for him.
hospital.
Yeah. Whoever
Round
fills in
2.
for him. I mean, the only person I can think of is that at least it wouldn't even really work, but maybe like put a Ziggler in there.
That would be interesting.
He'll
Because-
just walk out.
Well, I also feel like if Ziggler's there, then he's just gonna super kick Daniel Bryan and they're gonna lose, and that's how what I mean. That's how Kevin and Sami would win.
I mean,
We're getting some good answers from the chat roll. I love this one from Zeno Hour. Phil Brooks, get old CM Punk back there, who would consistently fit with the storylines
Yes,
of all these guys.
Yeah, wow, that would be. I mean, they would never if they would pull that off.
Oh my god,
that place would go insane.
they go banana.
oh my goodness.
I like the sound of EC3. That'd be great. I mean, it's a hard intro to do for that.
Yeah.
Kane. Luke Webb is saying John
Wow.
Cena.
Yeah,
Why not? He doesn't officially have a match, right?
Exactly.
yeah,
They are
John
family,
Cena does
so,
need
yeah.
something. You never know. He could represent the authority.
The one person I was telling to Scott before, I was like, they couldn't do it because I think he has a rock and roll show. But Jericho, if they could surprise with him, I mean, it'd be another one where people just go crazy.
I don't know. I would be a little disappointed though if Shane wasn't able to make it, because I think it does hinder the storyline that they've been working so hard to get to WrestleMania 34 with. And I have another prediction for you guys in the chat roll and you guys as well. You know, think about this. Will this be a bad idea for Shane and Daniel to be in this match in general, as they both have heat with each other at times? Or will either team have a win that's fair game during WrestleMania 34? Because there's a lot of things that could happen. You know, I'm feeling like because of Daniel Bryan's expressed emotional attachment to Sami and Kevin by giving them these extra opportunities because of their, I guess, start of their careers in the indies, and he's known them for 15 years when they were all poor and broke. They lent each other beds and that, for that matter. They were really there for each other. So, if Daniel Bryan sees in the ring that Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn are getting knocked out and they may be fired for good, he may step in to save these people that once saved him.
Yeah, but they beat the crap out of him last week.
They did.
Like, that's, you know what I mean? I think
it's an abusive relationship,
I think
though.
It's a good old hazing.
I think he was on their side, but last week, was where, they turned on him. And
I mean, I don't know. Most abusive relationships, the person still comes running back for emotional attachment reasons.
Yeah, but if I get fired from a job, I don't beat up my boss.
Sometimes it happens. I've heard stories.
Why not?
Not that you should.
I mean, they had nothing to lose. Right?
No, I just mean specifically Tom, because he rages.
Oh, well, I guess I could, yeah.
I don't know. We will have to see. But, I mean, there will be a fight at WrestleMania. Hopefully Shane is back and in action by then. I just feel like Daniel Bryan may be confused as to why he's fighting, because he seems like he's not sure if he agrees with Shane's side or he's really on Kevin and Sami's side. So that's going to play, during that match, and that is a big part of that story. So we'll have to see what happens in a few weeks. So moving on, we have Shelton, Benjamin, and Gable backstage. They call themselves the best real athletes, okay? And they also, quote unquote, said, if it's not happening for you, you make it happen. Benjamin needs to prove himself against Shinsuke tonight since he is fighting in WrestleMania, or since he's not fighting in WrestleMania 34.
I think, I was expecting big things here. I thought Benjamin's really going to take Nakamura to school and it's going to get that win, and then it'll be a triple threat a la Rusev.
Oh my
He'll
goodness.
just change it up. It's hard. It's hard when these matches pop up because you go like, all right, the guy I haven't seen on TV in a few weeks is going to go up against the #1 contender. It's probably not going to work out so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's rough.
I was surprised it was Benjamin. I think it was just because they needed a tag team. I was like, where's like Corbin? Or, you know what I mean? Someone where it's like, okay, at least Corbin.
We're used to seeing Corbin every week.
Yeah. I mean, it was one of those where you're like, this would be a really good match that I kind of really want to see. But I know it's going to get like 10 minutes, and it's not going to be that
Benjamin
fun.
doesn't have a shot.
Yeah, exactly. So, it was,
It was what?
it was whatever.
Whatever. Okay,
Yeah.
we'll give it the W. Well, moving on to, other tag teams in WWE SmackDown Live roster. We have the New Day, and they came out, and they use a metaphor to describe the Bludgeon Brothers, and they want to reclaim their WWE World Tag Team Championship title. Surprise, surprise, right?
Yeah.
Then we see New Day versus the Bludgeon Brothers tonight. And I think we can all guess, what was going to go down. However, to our surprise, there was disqualification. So there was really no winner tonight in that match.
That's not true. There's a disqualification. So Bludgeon Brothers remain undefeated.
Okay, fine.
Enough of this Asuka talk and all her undefeated streak. What about the Bludgeon Brothers?
I'm wondering when both of these people are going to, just ruin their streak by doing something stupid.
When Asuka gets in the way of the Bludgeon Brothers, it'll end right there.
It's going to be rough.
That'll end the streak. Good thing they're not in the mix of extra ones.
WrestleMania is either going to make or break these people. Really, that's what's going to happen. So this match, the New Day versus the Bludgeon Brothers, we see Xavier Woods taped up. His back was just brutalized prior in the Fastlane attack. So it's surprising he's still able to wrestle with all that tape. And you see Harper wrestling pretty dirty tonight. He looks like he's literally trying to take Xavier's eyes out at one point in the match. I don't know if you guys caught that, but there was some crazy hand and eye action.
It's a good tactic.
Yeah, good tactic. So you destroy your partner's vision.
Yes.
They can't see anything.
Exactly.
But I think most of the action in this match happened towards the end. The Bludgeon Brothers tried to grab and use their mallets. Scott, you know all about this.
I do.
Because you have your own.
Yeah. Do I have my own? Certified right here.
Certified mallet official.
Yep.
You know, don't mess with Scott.
No, don't mess with me or Texas. Yeah, it was. I dug it. It's still building up the storyline of no one has defeated the Bludgeon Brothers. They're still scary. There's 5 other guys, and the second they grab those mallets, they're still a threat.
They're still a threat, but the Usos weren't scared of those mallets because they came out to save the day.
Yeah, but then when they got those mallets, they all ran.
That's true. There was another point, which was after the disqualification, where they were able to grab the mallets again, you know, Harper and Rowan, to attack. And that's when splits happened. They were distracted. We see the New Day and the Usos arguing in ring. And then Harper and Rowan come back in with their mallets and scared everybody off. And they just ran off in fear up the runway.
Yeah, you know who doesn't argue? Bludgeon Brothers. They hit each other, and they get along better.
That's
They are walking away with the titles in this one.
It just makes them have more fire and fury when they hit each other. So they like the violence. It plays and works for them. So great ending. I think it's nice to see all these 3 tag teams together again, whether they're in fear or not.
I love that at least the hammers are, whatever they're made out of, they seem actually like weapons. Like they seem like.
You mean they're not?
No, but more. They don't look like they could be actually, heavy.
Like
objects.
they could actually crush someone's skull.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which when he hit the mat, like you could tell, like, all right,
There's some heft to it.
yes,
There's some weight.
they actually put some time into making these things.
It's not a sledgehammer, but it's something
Kind of,
where
yes.
it's if you hit somebody, it's gonna mess them up.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I think they're all getting hit with the hammers at Mania.
Yeah, it's gonna be killer.
And there's
They're
no
gonna get
DQ,
bludgeoned.
so you can do whatever they want.
I think we all know your predictions on that side of the table. Well, that's another match to be, exciting and that we're all looking forward to, I'm sure.
It better be on the main card. Do not
Yes.
put this on the pre-show. No.
No, don't.
Yeah.
Next up, we see a response to Daniel Bryan's announcement that they will all be, having this match at WrestleMania 34. Sami Zayn responds over Twitter to accept Daniel Bryan's challenge. So, in quotes, this is what Sami Zayn's tweet was on Twitter. It says, Daniel Bryan wants payback? We gladly accept. He just made the biggest mistake of his life. If he thought what we did to him last week was bad, just wait and see what we will do to him publicly after firing us. Hashtag WrestleMania will be the worst night of Shane and Daniel's lives. Whoa.
They're not messing around.
They are not
at all.
messing around. I mean, I hope it's the worst night of everyone's lives so that we get some good stuff. Seriously. But also that Kevin and Sami come back to SmackDown.
What if they go to Raw? Will you be sad? What if they get fired from SmackDown?
Yeah.
If
And then
they
they
go
end
to
up on
Raw,
Raw.
I'm officially putting in my 2 weeks here, and I'm going to request to get on the Raw panel. I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
I'm
you
loyal
wouldn't put
to
in
you
your
guys.
2 weeks. You just go. They didn't put in their 2
Yeah,
weeks.
yeah.
You just-
Listen, they didn't have the opportunity to put in their 2 weeks because they got fired.
They
There's a
got
difference
fired.
there.
I would hope they get the resumes checked when they go. Actually.
Yeah.
Could you imagine?
Have you worked there before on this show?
We need a cover letter expressing your interest. That'd be great. They shouldn't just make a story out of that. They have to actually put in cover letters to get on Raw.
Yeah. Do you have a problem with the McMahon family?
Have you worked for this company before?
Yeah.
Circle yes or no. It's funny. Challenge accepted. This is confirmed. It is happening. WrestleMania 34. Next up, Dolph versus Tyler Breeze. So, listen, Breezango, there were ridiculous antics happening outside the ring. What are you doing? Running laps like this is like the gym and you're getting your cardio session in.
I loved it.
You loved him?
I mean, I love the whole
He was distracting.
Fandango was better than this match. Like it was a match. I don't know. The matches tonight were kind of weird. Where you're like, all right, we are a week away from WrestleMania, and the match you're giving us is Ziggler versus Tyler Breeze.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. It was weird. Even all the matches tonight were just kind of weird matches to put on right before WrestleMania. Like we're supposed to be getting hyped. Like we have a week to go. One more SmackDown to get hyped up for all these matches.
And sometimes we don't get a SmackDown because they do, you know, just a bunch of video packages and stuff.
They did a lot of video packages.
Yeah, there wasn't that many matches, and when there, I mean, I think there was only 2 matches where people won, or maybe 3.
I mean, I loved Fandango running around the ring, and it looked like Ziggler was chasing him, and then Ziggler slides in the ring, and he just keeps running.
Yeah,
I thought he was the entertaining part of this match.
I mean, listen, it's fun to watch, but it sucks when you're his partner and you're trying to be serious and get stuff done in the ring because he's distracting. And there were some moments where he did distract, you know, Tyler Breeze. So
Tyler's very encouraging of his partner, helping him out and applauding his dancing abilities. Yeah, I think that's just good teamwork right there.
Well, listen, it was a quick match, so not too much going on to it to keep it long. And then Dolph Ziggler won by a zigzag, and yeah, that was it. So complete and a match. Good job, Dolph. It was predictable. You always win, seemingly. Breezango never wins.
Walk away.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, it was cool to see Breeze and Tyler out there.
I mean, it could have been a really good match. It just was, you know, what it was.
Yeah, that's what it was. It was. We got to see 2 people we like. We got to see Dolph in action. Maybe next week we'll see something different. Who knows? So next up, we have Shinsuke versus Shelton Benjamin. And there was a good, you know, technical background to partnering these guys up. We all know that there's amateur wrestling background for Shelton Benjamin. Wow, tongue twister. And then we have Shinsuke's MMA background with mixed martial arts. So we're going to see, like the commentators mentioned, technicality and good technique there. So it's actually a good pairing as partners. Then Shelton brings Nakamura face first into the apron during commercial break. So I'm glad they did a replay on that because that looked intense. What a rough hit. And then Styles actually takes out Gable ringside. So in a way, he's trying to help, you know, Shinsuke out. He did some moves to...
He wants a fair match.
He wants a fair match, yeah. So he was, you know, doing his due diligence outside the ring. And then Shelton and Nakamura fight between an armbar and a triangle choke, which happened for a good amount of time. And I thought that was really fun. Nice way to kind of pull the end together. And then Nakamura finishes with the Kinshasa. So, I mean, I would expect that Nakamura would win. He is what it is right now. Like, he is the hot commodity. He is going to WrestleMania to fight the champion. So if he lost, it would be a little weird. So, I mean, predictable.
Like Scott said, triple threat.
It will be.
You never know.
What if they changed it the last, like, this week? Like, he beat him, and then they're like, all right, it's a triple threat.
Shelton Benjamin. And it sucks because Shelton Benjamin is fantastic. He's so much more capable and better than what he's currently been doing for a while.
Yeah.
The tag team was kind of fun initially. Kept thinking there'd be a split or breakup, but I'm hoping post-Mania something happens with that guy because the matches he used to have with Triple H and Shawn Michaels and just all over the world that he's been doing, he's so much better than this. He would, if this main event got to be something else, something better than what it was presented to be, they would have torn the house down.
Yeah. I think if they would have given him like 20 minutes, it would have been way better than, at least it would have been, all right, Nakamura still needs to fight because Benjamin is, you know, a veteran there. So it's like, it's not like he just, you know, just came in and we don't need, it's not like he was going against Gable. That would have been different. I mean, I think Nakamura and Gable would be a fantastic match to see as well. And I do hope that after Mania, I mean, I feel like we just need Gable to just, he needs to turn into Kurt Angle, like 2006 Kurt Angle, where he was just going nuts. And that's what Gable should just be, just this machine where, you know, he turns on Benjamin and is like, no, I'm going for myself on this.
Well, I'm sure at some point that is going to happen. right now, Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin are great together. And I think they have some of the best matches as a tag team.
Yeah, I mean,
They're
have
really strong. And promos, yeah.
No, I was kidding.
No, I mean, I actually like them.
Really?
Yeah, I do like them as tag team partners. I think they show off their best skill set when they work together. But I don't think Shelton did that great of a job tonight against Shinsuke. I think he's not really showing what he is capable of, to your point. However, he can't win. He can't win against Shinsuke. So it's not going to happen. And then at the end of this match, you know, we see Nakamura, after his win, invite AJ into the ring. Okay, it gets interesting at this point. He thanks AJ for being in his corner, but says, "I never needed your help. I only wanted you to see how I will beat you at WrestleMania." So we're getting more promo from Nakamura. But Nakamura's also being a little bit evil. He's being kind of mean to AJ.
He's confident.
A little too confident here. Listen, we know they're both great wrestlers, but this is really challenging the champion, I will say. And then AJ says, "You're playing mind games, and at WrestleMania, I won't be playing any games." AJ says this is a dream match for them and obviously the fans. He considers Nakamura to be one of the best, so he's looking forward to defeating Nakamura at WrestleMania 34. And then Nakamura pretty much called AJ emotional. We see Nakamura pretend to go after AJ Styles and trick him, make him look silly.
I thought that was awesome.
In the ring. Yeah, it was really cool on his character.
Yeah,
I liked it.
It was a great way. I mean, I kind of said it before. Like, I was like, these guys need a little more for this match. And I think tonight they delivered of keeping this story going, where it's like on the Raw side, you basically have like Brock Lesnar just beating the crap out of Roman Reigns every week. These two guys haven't touched each other at all.
Right.
Like, there's been no physical interaction. And I'm fine with that. I think it's good. Let's save it till Mania. And I just loved where you're like, oh, he's going to kick him in the face. And then and then just pats him on the head.
Yep.
Which made it even,
and he
it was
says,
good.
"Need a face." And that was it. I mean, listen, I also missed a very important point, too. Benjamin and Gable attacked in the ring as well. They came back and attacked. And then that's when all this went down, where, you know, Nakamura faked that Kinshasa and said the need a face comment to AJ, which is in a way disrespectful, also challenging. So,
yeah, why invite him out there when he's just going to tell him?
Pretty much. And they're supposed to be baby faces, right? So Nakamura confuses me. Is he turning heel?
I don't think so.
No?
No, I think he's just playing mind games.
Do you think the WWE Universe would like Nakamura if he turned heel, or go against him?
In time, but I think they just love both these guys so much right now. There's no reason to hate them yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot to speculate and a lot to look forward to. We will be back next week, so I'm very excited. Thank you guys so much for joining us on this podcast. For AfterBuzz TV and SmackDown Live, I'm Gabby Loren, and to my left, you guys want to introduce yourself and where people can follow you, add you, find you?
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter, Instagram at TomTheCom. Check out my 3D printed rings at Connolly Central on Etsy.
I'm at Scott Narver on social media, and you can find me in New Orleans next week. I won't be here. I'm going to be in New Orleans going to all the stuff and going to Mania, so I hope to see you guys there.
Is that, oh my God, that's already next week.
It's already next week.
Well, I will be there also, but I will be on the SmackDown Live broadcast after, here at AfterBuzz.
I won't be here next week.
You won't? Okay. Well, we're going to miss you. However, if you guys want to find me, you can find me at Gabby Loren TV on Twitter and Instagram. I'm also hosting Women's Pro Wrestling Weekly, so we'll have a broadcast tomorrow. Make sure you tune into that at AfterBuzz. So I'll be on the website, YouTube, iTunes, you know, everything that we're usually on. And thank you so much again. We look forward to seeing you guys next week.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Bye, you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.